Dios Maria Galera, agus tá fáidir Ashkadi and Clark Kawasaki. Hello everybody in YouTube land and welcome back to the Kawasaki show. Today's show is a little bit slightly different from the usual on the bike, out on the road videos. Today is an unboxing video based on the recommendations of the Gorillabiker. I have decided to invest in one of these. Okay, so this is the ultimate add-ons tough case for the Samsung Galaxy S10, and I first spotted this case on Richie Vida's VFR. I think it was when the Wild Bad Boys did the Wild Atlantic Way. I think that's when I saw it first, and I thought, as soon as I saw it, I thought, that looks good. That looks like a serious piece of kit, because it had the one element that had appealed to me over the RAM holders and the quad lock holders that I had been looking at, and that was the claim that it was waterproof. But based on the Gorillabiker's recommendation, I've decided to pull the trigger on it. So, before we go any further, I suppose we should probably look at what this is going to be replacing. Cheap and cheerful Samsung S6, maybe, I think, fitted into this beautiful, also ergonomically designed Lidley Aldi bicycle mobile phone holder, complete with guntered adaptations. So it would have been the phone plonked in there, but obviously there's an awful lot of room for it to be falling and moving around. So we had the phone insert in the back, bit onto it, zipped up. Yeah, that's a problem. That broke. And zipped in like this and clipped onto a mount on the bike, which I'll show you when I'm fitting this on the actual bike. It did have the power cable going through, but you can see, I don't know if you can see the bend that's on that from years of abuse, of just being under pressure in the unit. So it was time for that to go, and as I said, the Gorillabiker did a review, and I decided, yeah, he's a guy I trust, I'll go for it. So what comes when you open the package is this, the hard case, waterproof case, and I also got this top clamp attachment to fit it on the top clamp of the bike. So let's go and see what's in this thing. Okay, first thing is, oh, charger cable. That's cool, I didn't actually expect that. I thought I'd have to get one of my own. Not sure what this is. Oh, it's a tether. Cool. And a little booklet. Won't be looking at that for a while, hopefully. And right, let's see. This is the case. This is for the S10, and let's see. So there's the window here, so you can use the camera without having to take it out of the actual case, which is good. So it's got these two solid clips here, and that should then open up. Why is that not opening up? Oh, Jesus. I tell you one thing, it's not gonna fall open anyway. It's very secure that way. What have we got here? Instructions, blah blah blah. We'll look at that another time. Now what is this? A little bit of foam. Okay, so we have our padding on the inside. Good solid hinges on it. Okay, cool. Now let's see if the phone will fit, and of course I'm such a genius I forgot. I'm using the phone to record the audio. Cut. Okay, so I've switched to another older phone again, and now it's time to see if the case will accept the phone. So, alright. Okay, I've got an OtterBox case on this phone, so it's not going to fit in there with that in situ, so I'm going to have to pop that out. So let's see. Oh, right, so that slots nicely in there. A little bit of movement, very slight though. I wouldn't be in any way worried about that. Let's see, how does this chargy thingy-jig work? Right, okay. So how does that... Oh, okay, so that can actually be removed completely if you lift it up. You can actually remove that stopper entirely. Don't know about the wisdom of that. I would imagine I would be a candidate for losing that almost immediately if I did that. Let's see if this fits in. See? Alright, that's a bit strange now. I made no effort to pull that out now, but it's come out again, so that's possibly something you would have to be mindful of. This fits in there, clips straight into that perfectly. Okay, cool. I don't know, is there a bit of a gap there that let water in? I don't know. Oh, maybe no, hang on now. Maybe if we close it up, click, good solid clicks in those three. Yeah, I'd say, I think that's actually just when it's clipped in, it's putting pressure on that rubber seal, and it might actually, yeah, that's probably what it is. It's probably waterproof enough. Right, so the camera can be used without having to take it out. That's good, because it's a bit of a pain in the arse to get this thing in and out. Okay, so we've taken a look at the case, and I'm fairly confident that that's waterproof there when it's all clipped in and tightened up. I think that tightens around the lead going into it fairly well, so that's good. Now it's time to take a look at how the phone performs in the case. So, touch screen. Okay, cool. Get rid of that. So we've got fairly good responsiveness to the touch screen. We can click into our different apps here. Need a good solid touch on it, alright. So we're in the Pack Talk, so we can play around with all of that. We can get into, let's have a look at the YouTube app, see if I have any comments. Chewy, brilliant video. Yes, it was. You're obviously far more intelligent than some motorcycling gorilla. That is also true. But we can scroll through all the comments, so that's pretty good. The only thing I'm noticing about it is for the Galaxy S10, the power button or the volume buttons here are no longer accessible. So that's one downside to it. There's probably a way of setting up the functionality on the phone itself that it's all touchscreen or possibly voice activated. I don't know, I'm not familiar enough with phone-ness. Next thing to be done is to investigate this, which is the top clamp mounting. Nice. So we get this is the 3-prong doodad, which clips in here. Push the sides, clip it in. Yeah, that's solid enough. There's a very slight wobble on it, but very slight, significantly more sturdy than this old thing, but yeah, solid enough now. And then this is the ball connector. What else have we got here now? Books, warnings. We'll ignore those. What's in this? So this is our ball mounting. So that gets, yeah, you use a little bit of force to click that in there, and this thing screws up to secure it. Then you've got full 360 range of movement there. Cool. And this slots down into that depending on the... Oh, good. Because this is what confused me when I was buying it, trying to choose the bolts, whether they were M10 or M9 or M6, and different lengths of how long the stud was going to be. But they've actually given you 3 different sizes. Not sizes, these are all M8 bolts, but they're different heights, 3 different heights to suit whatever's on your top clamp. Cool. That's probably enough looking at these bits and bobs. Next thing will be to, hang on now, I've lost something. Here you go. Little rubbery doodad to sit on the top of that. So, that's pretty cool now. I'm happy with that so far. Now it's time to go to the bike. No, that's not going to work, is it? Oh, Kaz, you're such an idiot. Anyway, right, so what we're at here now is we're going to be fitting all of this goodness onto the top clamp. So, let's begin with our trusty doodad. What do you call it? I'm going to be removing, I think I'm going to take this one out, push it the whole lot. Before we go any further, actually, have a look at this. This is the original Gtr job, which is a little Aldi bicycle handlebar mount, bolted agriculturally onto the plastic around the ignition. That's what I have been using. It's actually good because I had range of movement here. I also had the range of movement on the silver bit. We start by removing this bolt. Actually, remove these 2 little caps here. See those ones there? I've already done that. These are most likely going to be welded on, so little tip for anyone who's not familiar with this: if they are a bit welded in, use a spanner, slip the ring over it, there, like that, and that way would tighten it, or spin it around if you can. You may have to do a little bit of playing around with this, but essentially what you're doing is you're increasing the force that you can exert on the Allen key. There you go. Once you've cracked it, you should be able to hand loosen it out. Now, this is the moment of truth, because this, when we withdraw this bolt here, we will be able to see the length of the... Oh man. Okay. This was not what I expected. Which one is that? Is that the shortest? No, I think we'll go now. Go for that fella. So it's going to give it a bit of a lift. Yeah. So it's selecting the correct length. This is going to be sitting down flush with the top of the top yoke. So what we want is to get a bolt that's that long. So there. You see there, the shortest bolt that I have should do the job. So let's begin. Set that guy in there. Tighten, 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 hand tighten. That's nicely tight. Yeah, that's it. That's the right size, because it's not protruding below the bottom of the yoke much more than the original bolt was. So that's happy days. Good and tight. Take this little plasticky little fella, set him on the top to make things look pretty. That guy should clip in there. Now, the next thing is to clip this on. Oh man. Yeah. Houston, we have a problem. Basically, that won't fit into the gap that I have for it without an extender. So I've got an extender, so I'll come back to this the next day. So the next thing we need to do is we need to look at how this clips on here. We're going to look at this the last day a little bit, but when I went to fit it on the bike, it actually was too big to fit between the handlebars over the stem on the top clamp on my bike. It was just, it would not go in landscape, which is normally the way I like to have it. It would just about fit in portrait, but you couldn't adjust it much this way because it was hitting the clutch reservoir and things like that. So, never fear, Ultimate Add-ons have a solution, which is the 3-inch extender, 25mm extender. This came in the post, which I had to wait 5 to 7 working days. And now we get to review this. So this is pretty cool. You got a nice range of movement there, and you just loosen and tighten by this doodad. This bit sit on that. This clicks in here like that, and we screw this on here, and let's just make sure it threads on properly. And you can see you've got full range of movement there in terms of 180 degrees that way. You can also twist it this way, and 360 degrees range of movement that way, and you've got 180 degrees that way. And you've also got that replicated obviously on the other end here, where this will sit into the ball joint that's currently sitting on the top clamp. So hopefully that will be able to take that far enough away from the handlebar stem that I'll be able to have it sitting like this facing me on the bike. So now let's go to the bike. So we're back on the bike again. The last day I realized that I needed the 3-inch extender bar in order to give me enough space away from the handlebars to actually fit the phone case. So just a quick recap. You remove one of the top clamp bolts, and then you choose whichever of the bolts that come with the pack suits best in terms of length, and you replace it in here in place of the stud that holds the top clamp on, and give it a good tighten, because it's not just holding on a phone mount, it is now an integral part of keeping your top clamp on. The next part is attaching the 3-pin adapter to connect onto the phone mount. So we're just going to loosen this off a little bit and carefully fit the extender on around the ball. Is that clamped on there? Nearly forgot. We don't want that silvery shiny thing not filling with water, so pop the little cap back on so we can move this forward and back. If we twist it this way, we can move it over and back this way, and we still have the same range of movement up top, so we'll just leave it a little bit loose. And then it's just a case of fitting the phone mount on. So I'm going to try and find a way that allows it to be there. That's pretty good now. You could have it like that to be perfect. Now it seems to have more space that way for the case and things. Now we'll just tighten that up. Tighten up the ball mount on the back. That should give us everything solid as a rock. And then when we want to remove it, clip it off. Hello and welcome to the on the bike section of this video. You will not believe this, but this is actually my 3rd time trying to video this. I've been having some serious issues with the camera. Basically, I think I've got an issue with dodgy SD card or something. I've wasted 2 days of photo rally footage on that now. But what we're going to do is we're going to do the on bike video section of the Ultimate Add-Ons review, and we'll just pull in here somewhere and set up the camera and things for that. And this is Tullamore Dew. So hopefully now we won't have too much of a shine on the screen, and you'll actually be able to see what I'm talking about. So initially, I love the case. It's working really well, and the things I want to talk about are, do you know what, we'll go for the spin. Now, what I like about the case, I'm very happy with it. Thank you. Now, what do I like about it? It's very solid, and I don't know if you can pick this up on the camera as it is, but there's very little vibration. Any vibration you're seeing is actually from the camera itself, mounted on the tank. It's very solid, it's very clear, it's very stable. I can read everything there. I can read my speed, I can read my directions, I can read road numbers. It certainly has the advantage over the previous DIY system, where you would actually need to literally hold the phone case steady to be able to read the map and see where the junctions were. So in that sense, it's very, very stable. And let's be honest, when you're using the phone primarily as a GPS, stability in the screen and lack of vibration is a big, big, big factor. Other things I like about it, the range of movement. The range of movement with the 3-inch extender bar and the 2 ball joints gives you a huge range of movement. Now, on this particular bike, space is a premium because I'm kind of trapped where I have it mounted between these 2 risers, so space is a premium. And it's very hard to get it set up. You know, it takes a lot of jiggling to get it to fit, but you do get the range of movement and the range of motion through it. I mean, I could actually pull that right the way over to this side if I wanted to. I also have the option for landscape. Now, I would have always been more in favour of landscape for the GPS. I've kind of switched now to the portrait, because if phone calls come in, the Cardo app and things like that, it's easier than portrait. But like, you do have the range of movement that you could put it. You've got a wide range of movement and options for placing it with that 3-inch extender bar. I mean, I even tried to adjust it there before I set off, and it took me minutes. Basically what I'm trying to say is, you've got a lot of possibilities for tweaking this to suit yourself. The charger jack here is quite tight, and it's quite I'd be very confident that it is actually waterproof. The thing about it being waterproof on a GTR is it's not really an issue in terms of, you've got all of this protection here, which, even in heavy rain, there's an awful lot of protection from the elements. Like, I got Saturday, the last day that I was out, I got spilled on the way home, and there was very little water still managed to get on the phone and on the case. So it's hard for me to say, is it waterproof or is it not waterproof? But I will say this, I would be confident washing the bike with the phone in this case. I think it'd be up to it. The other thing I like about Ultimate Add-Ons is they're not just alone with the setup that I have, the range of options, but there's a range of options in terms of other attachments that you could choose to use. You have the top clamp mount, top yoke mount, you know, the sports bike center yoke. You've got
mirror mounts. But if you're looking for a GTR ultimate add-ons option, don't overlook the mirror. These capped off M10 mirror connectors here on the handlebars. These caps pop off here, and there's an M10 threaded connection there. And there's two versions of mirror mounts that Ultimate Add-Ons make. So you can actually sit it up here and have it sitting on top of your brake reservoir or on top of your clutch reservoir on this side. You know, there's plenty of options for it there. So yeah, all in all, I'm very, very happy with this. I want to thank Ultimate Add-Ons for making a really, really, really good case. I'd also like to thank the Gorillabiker for doing his review, because like I said, I've been watching this and contemplating buying this case for the phone. I mean, it's a damn sight sexier than my old DIY Liddy Aldi bicycle phone holder mount. But you know, it took the Gorillabiker's review to actually kind of push me over the edge to actually commit to it, so thumbs up to that. Anyway, yeah, in conclusion, Ultimate Add-Ons, Galaxy S10, hard case, 3-inch extender, top clamp mounting, thumbs up from Kawasaki. So if you've got any thoughts, leave them in the comments. Give me an old thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't enjoy the video. If you didn't enjoy the video, leave me some comments there explaining why you didn't like it. Maybe I can make it better the next time. It's not the kind of thing I'm planning on doing very often. I don't do unboxing and gear reviews because, to be perfectly honest, I can't afford to be buying gear to review it. So it's very seldom that I would actually be buying gear with a view to reviewing it. But yeah, we'll leave it there for tonight, folks. So long of all, thanks for watching, and I may see you in the next one. Good luck.